pop shit, they went pop. They bought Birkins, I bought stock. They still on the boat, I'm on the yacht. They taking shots, I'm taking spots. I see the shade, then they get blocked. They see the chain, then they went blind. Yeah, I know I'm different, I'm one of a kind. I took off on bitches and left them behind. How do you hate me if I'm on your mind? Sending me messages.
Hey, it's Dr. K. I love the way that sounds. I'm back with another video, and yes, I do have on my tam, and I have my stole that I wore on graduation. Hopefully y'all can see that. I don't know if it's clearing up. There it goes. I don't have on the full regalia because that shit is hot. It's like a fleece blanket, okay? And I am not trying to burn up in this room recording, but I wanted to come back to YouTube and I wanted to do a video on how I feel now post PhD. So I have been done with school officially since May 11th, or I would say not even May 11th, I would say May 7th maybe. That's when I turned in my final dissertation. So I've been done since May 7th. I have been a doctor since April 19th. So it's been about almost 2 months since I defended my dissertation. And by the time this video goes up, it will likely be close to 2 months or a month since I graduated. And I feel a lot of things, and I'm excited to share those with you, and to hopefully encourage folks who are currently on the journey of finishing their PhD, or folks who are interested in getting their PhDs. Although I wouldn't do it if I were you. Only do it if you really have to. But that's another conversation for another day, and I want to bring on some of my friends to talk about that, to have a real talk about the doctoral program and their experiences. But for now, we're just going to talk about how I feel. So my defense was on April 19th, and I would say that was one of the most joyous occasions and momentous. Like, it was just one of the best things that I have experienced in my entire life. Yes, I'm married. Yes, I had a wedding. That was beautiful, but the dissertation defense trumped it. I don't care what anyone says. That was the most exciting and exhilarating thing I have ever done in my life. And I am so proud of myself for being able to create and write a document that is the size of a short novel, and also present on it and answer rapid fire questions from scholars who I admire and look up to. Like, what the fuck? Like, wow. So the defense was great. I had 283 people at my defense. That is a lot of people, I know, but my community is vast and wide, and I have people all across the globe who showed up. I had folks who were in Canada. I had folks who were in the States. I had folks who were across the pond. I had folks everywhere tuning into my dissertation defense, and I am just so grateful for their endless support and encouragement through this 4-year journey. Yes, I said 4 years. I also finished my PhD in 4 years while working full-time and teaching part-time. And I was active in my sorority. Shout out to Tim again, Monroe. And on top of that, I was mentoring folks. I was an abortion doula. I was doing reproductive justice work. Like, I was doing all of the things, and I still was able to complete this degree. And I'm just really proud of myself. And ever since, you know, graduation and everything like that, it was just beautiful to be celebrated. And it was nice to see other people get celebrated as well, on social media or in person, who had gotten their doctorate degrees, especially Black folk, because like, we make up a very small percentage of people who get PhDs, and Black women make up an even smaller percentage of people who get their PhDs. So this is just really exciting. I would say that the opportunities definitely increased since I've gotten my PhD. Like, the past 2 months, I have gotten so many new opportunities to do things that I have never done before. And I don't want to say I wouldn't have gotten them if I didn't have a PhD, but you know, it's not lost on me that the PhD definitely kind of helped sprinkle a little sugar and a little bit of glitter on top of me, okay? It made it a little bit sweeter than what it was before. And it's fuck credentialism, right? Like, let's be clear, college is a scam, but if you do have to go to college or feel inclined to go to college, it is a great feeling to get opportunities because of all that hard work you put in. And I think that for me, being in a PhD program, and I've been telling people this, it showed me what was possible. And I'm not saying that the program that I was in did that, but just the experience of going through something like that was extremely traumatic, also exciting at the same time, also frustrating, brought on sadness, happiness, every emotion you can think of. I felt it during my PhD program, but it really showed me what I was capable of doing and what was possible for me, especially as someone who has autism and ADHD and was diagnosed in their PhD program, right? Let's be clear. So for me, it was just amazing to know that I was able to complete something so intense and something that takes a lot of brain power and a lot of patience and also a lot of, what's the word that I want to use? A lot of diligence. I don't know if that's the word I want to use, but a lot of like buckling down and like being consistent and challenging yourself past the point of what you think you could do. And like, honestly, being slightly delusional, because in order to get a PhD, in my opinion, you have to be delusional that you are the expert on this topic, and you have to move as if you know everything that you need to know about this topic as you're writing the dissertation, right? But you know you don't know everything, but to get through the dissertation, you have to be like, okay, I am the expert. I do know what the fuck I'm talking about as you're writing it. Another thing that I felt afterwards was relief. Like, I have been in school since I was in pre-K, and I got my bachelor's. I took like a year or two off, got my master's, took another year or two off, and then got my PhD. And my aunt said something so funny. She was like, ever since I've known you, you've been in school. Ever since you were little, you've been in school. And it's like, everyone knows me to be somebody that's in school. So I feel relieved that I no longer have to show up as a student anymore. Like, I'm done. The shit is over with. I have retired as a student, and I am very happy about it. I am not going to stop doing research or learning or writing or any of those things, but I no longer have to be tethered to the endless cycle of being a student. Where you are constantly having to turn in assignments and do presentations, and you have all these things due on top of your regular life stuff. Like, now I get to have a choice, especially because I didn't go into academia full time. And I'll do a video on why I chose not to go into academia full time, but I didn't go into academia full time, so I don't have to worry about things like publishing so I can get tenure. Like, that's not my reality, and it will likely never be my reality. So for me, I have a certain freedom, and I know this is a privilege that some of my other colleagues may not have, who have graduated, who are going into academia, or who are on the job market looking for academic jobs, right? They have certain stipulations and things that they have to do in order to keep their job in academia. And I don't gotta do that shit. And I am grateful for it. I feel grateful. I feel excited for what's to come. Like I said, the opportunities are jumping. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Like, the doctor in front of the name is definitely running up the price. I'm definitely getting to the bag, which I love for myself. I'm getting to meet people and create opportunities. And it just, I'm trying to figure out how to say this without sounding like, wow. But like, the people that I've met post me getting my PhD, so the past 2 months, have really leaned in and shown me that like what I have to bring to the conversation is valuable. And that's not to say that I didn't feel that way before, but it's nice to be in rooms with other PhDs or other people who are doing research or other folks in movement spaces, and them looking to me, you know, for answers about certain things or resources that I have access to that I can now share with my community. which is great because we all know how I feel about Hood Rat Scholarship. That is my thing, my passion project, where I want to create an ecosystem of accessible knowledge for everyone from the schoolhouse to the streets and back to the schoolhouse. So it's really exciting for me to be a real nigga PhD because I'm able to bring all the things that I've learned over this long stint of schooling into my community and to get them access to things they may not have had access to otherwise. So I feel grateful. I feel excited. I feel relief. I feel really good right now. I don't know if I will feel that way later. I've heard that there's a grief that comes with getting a PhD. I haven't experienced it yet, but it's only been 2 months. Who knows? I may be sad in the next 6 months. And if I am, I'll be honest with you all and transparent. But as of right now, a nigga feels good. I feel great. And I have been sleeping the best I've ever slept in my entire life. And I've been reading books for fun again. Like, it's just been wonderful. It's been a wonderful experience. And I plan on being so obnoxious and annoying about getting my doctorate for the rest of my life. So if you don't want to hear me talk about it, if you don't want me to keep introducing myself as Dr. K, maybe my content isn't for you. But if you want to follow along on my journey post-doc and what I'm doing and how I'm, interacting with my community and bringing Hood Rat Scholarship to life, stay tuned for more videos. And remember, if I can get my PhD, if it's something that you really want, you can do it too. I don't come from money. I don't come from a stable household. I grew up in a situation that was chaotic and sometimes violent and sometimes neglectful, and I was able to achieve something for myself and for my community. So really be mindful of what your why is, and if you are able to achieve anything, not even your PhD, like if you're able to want to do something that you feel like it's bigger than you, just know that you are capable of doing that and that you can make the impossible possible. Bye.
Just ain't Valentine, bitches is messy.